Now they'll try the extra point again.
For the extra point.
Extra distance, no problem for him as his kick is good.
Makes the score Rams 7, Lions nothing.
After watching one kick get taken back, partner, let's see how well they can replicate it as this one's away. Jacob Sailors now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
20.
Goff taken right to the air. And his first offering of the game lines up incomplete. This one misses the tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Goff trying again on 2nd and 10. Hits him on the out route. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And they're staring at a 4th down now after that sack.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on down.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
Jake Elliott to kick off.
And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first run now for Kyron Williams. He'll get this to about the 38. They'll come up 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. He gets this to Davante Adams. There he goes right side. Touchdown LA. Davante Adams, 62 yards. And the Rams need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you, as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
At their own 9-yard line.
They go play action with Hurts. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he's out right at the 25. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Throwing is Hurts. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 33 yards. And the Eagles are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And the Rams, first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Stafford. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 41.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. It's Barkley on the counter. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 5.
Great, set.
Hurts. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
It hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
Great, set.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to get it back here just past the 35. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Stafford. And it's complete. He's got him in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Rams add 6 to their lead. Such an art to dot the I, just get the feet in right there against the line before going out of bounds.
Such an incredibly graceful, athletic play, but also a lot of practice goes into it. They work on that to make sure that they learn how to train their feet to get down in bounds.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8.
Makes the score Rams 14, Eagles 6.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10. At their own
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw, just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in.
No touch.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Throwing on second and 14. Hurts. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
On third down, Barkley. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on fourth down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
Double right. Ready. Lady. Ready.
Stafford. That's into the hands of Parkinson, the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, 26 yards. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on fourth down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own
at the line. This Philly offense set to go. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Hey, let's go. Trim.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going deep for Brown. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Hey, 54. He goes, tap. Number 20.
Now Stafford. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
180.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So not the greatest of first halves for them, but a little ray of light here at the end. The late turnover becomes 3 points before the break.
Well, they certainly needed something positive to go their way. Maybe 3 points doesn't seem like a huge deal in the grand scheme of things, but at least it's something to build on as they head into the half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter. They'll try to run a reverse here. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already, they need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Barkley, toss play left. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And an Eagle first down.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. Dancing away at the 35. They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Well, if they have any designs on getting back into this football game in the second half, they're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Set. Ready, hot. Yellow 20.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He's tackled at the
Now 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
21.
And now Stafford's going to move him around.
Liberty hot.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll find Higbee open downfield. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee, 34 yards. And the Rams are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Now, with that, they could elect to take the ball at the 1 if they wanted.
Yeah, exactly right. They have options here. If they decide now to go for 2 after the penalty, the ball doesn't go to the 2-yard line as normal. They get the penalty, so that's half the distance. You put it at the 1. But if they decided they wanted to kick, they would just move the ball from the 15 to the 10, and they would kick it there.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out,
picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.